welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Behind me, another beautiful Cadillac Blackwing. Mr. Santosky from actually Texas area. I think he's actually in Houston, not far from us. Brand new 2024 CT5-V Blackwing with roughly 3,000 miles on the odometer. Went with our 800 horsepower package. These cars are incredible. They're a perfect platform to start with if you want to modify these cars. Let me pop the hood, show you what we did.
Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Late model Racecraft. We talking or we racing?
All right, so pop the hood, and it is very similar to the old V3s and the ZL1 guys. It is still a 6.2 liter pushrod engine with a 1.7 liter supercharger. Main thing you notice when you pop the hood, just the supercharger lid looks different than the previous ZL1s and V3s. But it is still a 1.7 liter supercharger, 6.2 pushrod engine. And for the Cadillacs, our 800 horsepower package does not include a camshaft. So again, you pop the hood, first thing you see, still has a factory air box, but we do run an aftermarket filter in this thing. We take the supercharger off. My buddy Greg at Kong Performance does all the port work for us, ports the supercharger, the inlet, and we open it up so much we put a larger throttle body on it. While we're there, we also do a GripTec upper, spin the supercharger harder, and then as far as the lower goes, we keep a factory balancer on the lower. So getting more air into the engine by turning the boost up a little bit. I want to say, don't get me lying, we'll go drive and I'll tell you our boost numbers. And then as always, stainless steel headers all the way back to the factory mufflers. On a car like this, guys, again, some people want camshafts in them, some don't. For me, to try to maximize your horsepower without the camshaft, without going into the engine, is a nice car, especially for you guys that are daily driving these cars. If it's a weekend warrior, then yeah, for sure, I would put a cam in it and heads cam and go crazy E85. But if it's a daily driver, this package right here, our 800 horsepower package, still drives like stock. And baseline, it had bad gas in it. We let out and only made like 540 rear wheel horsepower. We didn't make a full pull, but when we were done tuning it with our package on it, over 718 rear wheel horsepower. So I'll just say it's at least 150 rear wheel horsepower gain over stock. And with the torque that we increase, this thing is a 3-pedal car. It is going to be a blast to drive. But again, it still idles and drives like a stock car. And that's, for me, a Cadillac. When you drive these cars, don't get me wrong, I love putting camshafts in them. But for a daily driver, I like it to drive very nice and smooth and sound good. And you don't hear the exhaust until you get on it. Just like the other ones. With the dual mode muffler, you can keep it quiet when you want and then loud when you step into it. So it is 3 pedals. We are still on factory tires. The thing looks good. He does have an aftermarket carbon fiber spoiler on it. It didn't come with the carbon package that has like a front splitter, and they also can come with carbon fiber diffusers. This one does not have that. He did just do an aftermarket spoiler, which in my opinion looks absolutely great. But I'm gonna hop in this thing now. I haven't driven it yet, and we're gonna go make some rips and see if it hooks up with these tires on. I'll probably do 3rd and 4th gear pulls for data, and if I have time, just for video's sake, we'll do 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So let's hop in this thing and have some fun. All right, first test drive in Robert's 24 Blackwing with our 800 horsepower package is what we're calling it. Completed. For you Blackwing owners out there looking for more performance out of your vehicle, but still want it to sound and drive like stock until you give it throttle, this is by far the package for you compared to some of the other ones. Obviously, if you want more, we can put camshafts in them and do a lot more. But for your average weekend warrior that's just a daily driver, just have fun with on the weekends, most of these cars are daily drivers. You want them to drive nice. This thing, again, with this over 150 rear wheel horsepower gains, still drives like a stock vehicle. And guys, the weather's been on and off all day. I've been trying to get a street drive of this thing. So it is just starting to sprinkle on me. I'm gonna try to hurry up and at least get a third and fourth gear pull for data. As I said previously in the video, when we baselined, it had bad gas in it. We let off about halfway through the pull, made like 540, 550 rear wheel horsepower. Obviously, if we stayed in it, if had good gas, probably would have been 570 if I had to guess, maybe even 580. But we stopped at over 718 rear wheel horsepower. Again, with a car that sounds like a bone stock car until you open up the exhaust and step on it. You hear the long tube headers with our connection pipes, and then we still have the stock mufflers on it. But the car literally still drives like stock. And for a Cadillac, you Cadillac owners out there know how comfortable these cars are. And don't get me wrong, I would love a camshaft. If this was my car, I'd put a camshaft in it to drive. But there are a lot of customers out there that want to keep this thing driving very smooth, very quiet, and just more power when you step your foot in the throttle. And that's exactly what this package does. Again, 150 rear wheel horsepower gain over stock. I mean, it was really almost 200 rear wheel, but again, we didn't make a full pull. You're gonna notice a big difference if it's an automatic car. This is a 3-pedal car, so on stock tires, you'll have your hands full. Because of the weather conditions, I'm gonna leave traction control on and just do a quick third and fourth gear pull. If the weather gets a little bit better, I'll try to do a second and third gear pull, maybe with traction control off, so y'all can see how bad it does spin the tires in second gear now versus what it did stock. But man, this platform is a wonderful car to own. It is very comfortable. Your whole family can fit in it. And like I said, if it is a daily driver and you just want to have more fun with it, with more performance, it's a perfect platform for us to add simple bolt-ons to it, tune it properly, and again, the car 100% drives like stock, just with way more horsepower now. And it sounds, like I said, sounds like stock until you actually step in the throttle, where you can actually, with the long tube headers, with the dual mode open, you can hear it screaming. But until then, even on the highway driving, it still 100% sounds like a stock car. Again, we've dynoed this thing already, so I know the tune-up's safe. I'm just gonna make 1 or 2 pulls as I always do, make sure there's no exhaust rattles, and then also to check the tune-up on the street versus the dyno. Even though our hub dyno is loaded and does simulate the car going down a street or a track, I always want to make at least 1 pull for data, just to make sure fuel pressure, timing, and everything's doing what it's supposed to do. And of course, it's the end of the day, so everyone's out right now, and the weather sucks. And I'm just blabbing and not showing you any action. So Jason, you can cut this out if you want. I want to hurry up and get some action. But we do, because it is a ported blower, like I've told in previous videos, the harder you spin these superchargers, the more you get out of the ported supercharger. We still are not spinning this one as hard as we could, because I want to keep it efficient, and because it still has a completely stock fuel system on it. Stock pump in the back, stock mechanical pump, and stock DI injectors. So 718 rear wheel horsepower on 93 octane. You know what? Yeah, let's just do, I'll do second gear. We'll leave traction control on.
30.
That is so much fun. Again, for a Blackwing, a Cadillac that drives so smooth, I was only like at 3,500, 4,000 RPMs when I took off. And the torque this thing, it already went. If I was racing somebody, I'd want to be at like 5,000, 5,500 and stab it. But I'm gonna do a third gear rip real quick. I'm only at 3,000 RPMs, low RPMs.
60.
That is so much fun. Like I said, that gets your adrenaline going like crazy. And that's a 3rd to 4th gear pull. 2nd gear to me is a lot more fun because you feel it turn traction control off. You feel it spin the tires pretty good. You grab 3rd, it spins the tires through 3rd. Top of 3rd, it hooks up. Then you grab 4th. But again, that's enough for Robert. We did enough testing. Everything's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Again, Blackwing owners out there, go to our website, fill out an inquiry. Let our sales staff get you taken care of. If you have any questions whatsoever about this package or anything else, feel free to even call the shop and ask us questions, guys. That's what we're here for. Don't feel like you're bothered. People always say, oh, I feel bad to call. Call the shop. That's why we're here. We're here to guide you and point you in the right direction. You're not supposed to know everything. A lot of people read a lot on the internet. They think they know exactly what they want. And then once we actually talk to them, believe it or not, we steer them in a different direction. And in my opinion, we steer them in the right direction. We're not gonna just sell you something just to sell you something. I'd rather sell you less horsepower if it's what you need and what your goals are, if it's gonna meet your goals, and you still do enjoy the car reliably. There's no point in selling you a 1,000 rear horsepower car if you're never gonna use it and you can't use it. It's just depends on every customer. Every customer is different. So again, contact our sales staff, guys. We'll be glad to get you taken care of. I'll stop rambling again. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you liked it so far. And please turn on bell notifications for future content, as we have cool stuff in the pipeline that you're gonna wanna see. And as always, please comment below.